Hello, I'm MBX and welcome back to the video. Today I have something pretty exciting to share with you all because it is another form of Nuclear Wasteland survival, Nuclear Wasteland's V2, that is now possible in Title Update 53. This is so exciting because this is everyone's favourite custom super flat game mode from a couple of years ago that was made impossible with an update all the way back then, but now because of a weird quirk in Title Update 53, it's again possible, and I'm going to be showing you how to do it as well as why it's so crazy in today's video. That's right, Nuclear Wasteland's V2's back. Hopefully you're all as excited as I am. You can like the video if so because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like this sort of video. Anyway, here's the brief rundown. If you want to copy this right now and go with it, you can. But the basic idea is we're just going to have everything turned to max, and we're going to have some lava right next to our birch planks with just one thing in between. This one thing in between is going to be some concrete powder. So previously what would happen if you tried anything like this is it would say, nope, you can't have any gravity-based blocks like that. But because cyan concrete powder is gravity-based, but the game doesn't know how to deal with it, what we can actually do is we can have that fall through the lava. It's going to fall onto the concrete powder, except the concrete powder down there won't be there, which means it'll fall right through the lava. In most cases, it will allow the lava to even, or even if it doesn't, it will land in the lava, causing the lava to kind of set some fires. Then those fires will detonate the birch planks, or set them off, and then eventually that will activate the TNT. That's the basic idea right here. We have everything else set on, and we're going to show you just how crazy this is, because it's even better than last time, because of a brand new option that they actually like to call decorations. Decorations now includes ore veins, and also includes fossils, which means that this is even a wackier thing to look at, and let me show you just what I mean by that in right now, shall we? So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's open Nuclear Wastelands V2, and let's show you what this actually looks like. So Nuclear Wastelands, again, was everyone's favorite game mode from the in fact, it was one of my most viewed streams ever, because so many people are fascinated by the concept of like, oh yeah, so you've got this big land that you know is going to detonate at any time. You don't know exactly when, but you know the moment it starts, it's going to get really crazy. And oh, we got a really good spawn on this seed, because as you can see, maybe I'll even show you the seed afterwards, but you can see how like, the basic idea is, okay, it's nothing but this desolate wasteland. All there is, you can see it in sight, it's TNT, and you know that it's not going to go off right now, because it takes, a few actions to go off first, but at some point, any point, just randomly when the game finally catches up with itself, there's going to be some crazy stuff happening. And just that pure concept by itself is pretty nuts to try and understand, but let me show you like how the basic game would go, because you try and find either a desert temple, a stronghold, a village, or a mine shaft. There are the four things on the surface that you can use to get some free stuff. So you can, come for the blacksmith chest and, get whatever's in here. Let's hope it's some diamonds or something, but it could be a bunch of iron, some food, etc. You get some stuff, you can find some free stuff on the surface. You can also find crafting tables here, but once you're done with that and you really need wood, because that's an essential part of Minecraft games, you can either, again, there's certain, amounts of it found in strongholds, and that's one way to do it. Again, if you want to play even more hardcore, only do it that way. But also, you can dig below the TNT, and you can start digging for the wood. So bear in mind, this is also going to increase your chance of detonating the stuff. So if you want to protect a village, and you want to make this your thing you protect at all costs, I'd recommend running around and trying to deactivate as much TNT as you can. Again, in survival, this is kind of an almost futile task, but if you make like a barrier of some form, you can maybe, survive, make some of your villages survive, and that's going to be important for the really late game stuff. But yeah, let's say you want to get some wood, then let's just get a couple bits of wood just like this, and you can actually do so just like that. However, at the moment you go anywhere too close, you might just activate the powder, which you can see I've just done right there, and this causes a chain reaction which eventually is only going to go poorly. Even if, the concrete just falls into the lava, turns into concrete powder, it does still start these fires, and these fires only have so long before bad things start happening to them. So yeah, I'd also recommend using this as an opportunity to go down perhaps, because down here is where you'll find all the craziness that you might want that isn't found on the surface. So you find abandoned mine shafts on the surface, you find strongholds on the surface, you find most of the things on the surface, but if you want access to ores, because again, the brand new options, you can find every ore down here basically, including redstone, diamond, gold, but you can also find dirt, interestingly, with like roses for some reason. You can also find gravel down here, which again, it's not really useful 99.999% of the time, but if you want to go to the nether, or if you want to make your own concrete powder or whatever, you can actually do that now. And here you can see just how crazy this thing's gotten already. And yeah, as you can see, this is what Nuclear Wasteland looks like when it starts activating. It's just this craziness of just, oh my god, everything started, and you have very little you can do to control it. You have very little you can do to survive, besides avoiding where the explosions are right now. Again, with PC and PE, what happens when there's lots of TNT? It all tries to detonate at once, and then the game kind of breaks, but console has limited the amount of explosions to somewhere in like the 50 to 100 range, which means only certain parts of your world are ever exploding at any given time. So, when you see stuff like this, you can kind of try and save the land right here. However, even if you try and save the land itself, which is, just oak wood, or if you try and save the buildings, because if we look around, did anything survive? I mean, this village building almost survived, but even then, not really. I guess this church did pretty well, but if you want to try and save the buildings, then all you have to do is try and, like, remove the TNT. But bear in mind, even if you do that, what's going to happen is because it's all made from, birch wood, then the fires start to consume it. So eventually what you're going to be left with is you're going to be left with this world that's mostly just destroyed, destroyed birch planks, leading you into lava if you mess it up, and it's this just, again, it's very post-apocalyptic, and that's why it's called Nuclear Wasteland Survival. It's this world which suddenly gets hit by a giant nuclear bomb. The nuclear bomb just expands everywhere. It causes this to happen. Look at this. This is nuts. Again, it's the weird way TNT works on console that just like looks like that when it's happening. But yeah, this all just starts to happen at once. And then after that, it's not just that, there's the original nuclear bomb that hits that's bad. It's all the radiation, or in this case fire, that follows afterwards. Trying to survive in this world is so tricky. And it gets trickier and trickier yet when you consider you have to try and get down and up with a safe way through this. So the easiest way through that is to use your wood. Again, our birch planks in this case. You can use any plank you want, by the way, but this is the one of choice. You can kind of make like a way up and down, but if you do use planks, then it's going to cause problems too. Basically, you got like lots of issues to contend with, and you want to be going up and down and getting that whole thing done. So the whole basic idea behind how do you actually win this game mode or whatever? The simple idea is you need to actually, go to the nether, go to the end, do all that sort of stuff. I'd say that's like a fun objective, but you can really set any goals you'd like to. You can try and rebuild the society. You can, my favorite goal is to try and protect a village, because, again, let's find another village that hasn't been developed yet, but trying to protect any village is this insanely hard task. So, okay, right over here, you can see, if you tried hard enough, if you had some resources, you got here before the TNT, which it looks like we just about, we've got some time before it gets here, we can now try and defend this village as hard as we can from the blast. Again, oh, the game just crashed. Oh, no, it just went to like 0.5 FPS, but still. So this is the reason, in case you're curious, why it will be patched out later. Yeah, it's frozen. Like, it's going to move in like a few seconds. This is like 0.1 FPS or something. But my point being, yeah, literally 1 frame every 10 seconds. So you can see just how bad this can be on your console's performance. But if you want to play this insane game mode, and as long as you're not flying around in creative too much, which is what we're doing here today, then you're going to have this just absolutely nuts experience. I think what's happening is like all the concrete tried to fall at once and it caused some problems. But yeah, trying to protect a village from that insane explosion is like one of the big tasks you can try and manage. And again, bear in mind, even if you can protect it from the explosion over there, there's still the fact that there is lava, there is fire beneath you, so you gotta like try and manage like 50 things at once, which is what I think is the crazy thing about this game mode. You're probably not gonna, win, but you can set objectives and you can try your hardest to protect them. Like, okay, not even this whole village now, let's just protect like 5 villages in this corner. Like, let's just try and keep this house safe. So you're like, okay, we'll remove all the TNT around here. And you can try this as hard as you like, but the fun thing I find about this game mode is because of the unpredictability of the console physics, crazy things happen all the time, and that's what makes this such a fun game mode. So, will I be playing this? I think that's the obvious question people have to ask, like, okay, this is the craziest game mode, when can we expect to see this? Because, people aren't necessarily always fond of playing it, people love to watch it as well. I will be streaming this maybe next Thursday on my YouTube channel. Again, I usually stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 PM UK time. I would definitely recommend you come check it out. If I am streaming, I might not be, because I think I'm in Scotland, but we'll see, how that does go. Eventually end up. But yeah, for now, just keep in mind that there's so many fun targets. Protect villages, defend villages, try and get all the loot, try and get diamonds, try and go to the nether and end, try and beat the game in these ridiculous circumstances, or use the TNT and do some crazy stuff with that. You've got so many objectives, so many goals, and I think it's just kind of nuts that you can do this much. So just to kind of show you what will happen eventually, I think we can detonate ourselves if we go down. Eventually, some of this will start being on fire. So, oh, yeah, as you can see, most of it actually hasn't. But, eventually it will be. And yeah, it's a very fun game mode, it's a very fun goal, and if you want to make it even more crazy, more fun, I'd recommend having a layer of TNT down here, so even this can explode, like the second nuclear wasteland below the first one, but that's just a kind of fun secondary goal right there. So yeah, oh, by the way, another final thing before we go, is because of the fun addition of the layers of air in this one that weren't present last time. One, this is the wackiest thing to see, the lava's there, but it's not at the same time. But because of the presence of the big gap of air, this means that you actually have, access to like 2 worlds essentially in one. There's like the underworld and the overworld. Second of all, we've got fossils, so if you want bone blocks, that can be like a fun goal. And third of all, we've got the very interesting challenge of like, oh yeah, eventually this whole thing will fill with lava if you're not careful. So you've also got to watch out like for the second world. And there's just so many fun objectives in a game mode like this, and I think it adds so much to Minecraft just by existing. I know they have to patch it out because you saw what it just did to my console's frame rate. It almost crashed it right there. And this is an Xbox One, bear in mind. Like if you're playing on 360, probably going to happen a little bit more, but I still love that it exists, and I recommend while it exists, make a world and save it like I'm going to. So let's go more in depth just now before we go, so let's exit and save, so you can see the seed. If you want to play this exact world, because that was a really good seed, If it ever exits and saves, that is. Again, you have it. The game has real issues dealing with worlds like this, I find. Like, when we go back in, everything's going to have changed a little bit, I think. Again, it's very weird ways that Minecraft console works. I still don't understand the stuff entirely. I just know how to use it to have some fun, or but use it to make some fun game modes and stuff. But let's show you, one, the seed, because I'm sure you're curious. Like, I would love to spawn in a, stronghold, and if you do want to do that, then again, we'll wait. It takes just as a fun little side note while we're here, because I have so many Minecraft Xbox worlds, it takes so long to load this thing. Like, I've used maybe 2/3 of the bar right now. No, 3/4 of the bar. So that's going to be an issue sometime. Here's the seed. It's really long, but if you want to use that exact world, you can. And if you want to, also check out the exact settings I used. Get this spot on, perfect. Let's explain everything one by one. So, 1 layer of TNT here. Again, that's self-explanatory. 2 layers of birch planks. These can be any planks you want to. If you want jungle planks, because they're the prettiest in your opinion, or you want acacia planks, guess what? You can do that too. Make it orange. That's your decision. 1 color of concrete powder. Doesn't really matter. Another color I'd recommend, but you can do the same for consistency. A layer of lava in between them. Again, the idea is this falls down, the lava falls down, that falls down. In reality, this just falls down and creates some fires. It's a bit of a weird thing, but just keep in mind, this is what you want right here. And then you want 8 layers of there. You can go more or less, but 8's just fine. 8 layers of stone, and then also make sure you have ores on. You can make your own ores in there, but it's way more fun to have them naturally generate. And then nothing after that. If you want to play with the extra layer of craziness I just mentioned, then add 1 layer of TNT. So find the TNT just over here. I'd recommend adding 1 layer of TNT just over, so we'll move this up to there, just over there to make it even crazier with more explosions. That might be too much for you, it might not be, but here's what I'd recommend. Copy this right here, put it in, then go with the biome desert. You can go with plains, but it's just less fun. You go with savanna, but it's just slightly less fun. If you go with desert, then you don't get mobs, which sucks, but you do get, yeah, that's like a real bummer, but you do actually get the ability, you have to live with the livestock, which is fun, which is more accurate of a nuclear wasteland. You don't get mobs when there's been a nuclear bomb, and yeah, you also get desert temples, which is nice. Finally, villages, large, I'd recommend spacing, minimum, caves, ravines, abandoned mine shafts. Put them on half spawn. If you put them on like 1%, which you can do, it's really crazy, but like, do you need that? Probably not. Strongholds, I'd recommend 3, but you can go with 1, go with 2, whatever way you want to do it, really. Spacing, minimum, biome-specific structures, again, that's your desert temples. And then finally, dungeons and decorations. Dungeons don't ever spawn, but like, there's a chance they might, and that'd be wacky. And decorations include everything that just make the world feel a bit more genuine. So there you go. That's how you make Nuclear Wasteland Survival. I hope you did all enjoy today's video. I hope you're all as excited as I am to play this and to see it be streamed again the next time I'm streaming, I guess, Nuclear Wastelands on YouTube. I hope you did all enjoy this video. Like it if you liked it, share it if you really liked it, subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. If you do want to see that stream and indeed everything else I'm uploading, like this video, please do hit the bell in the where it says subscribe. There's like a bell next to it. That'll give you a notification every single time I upload, as well as every single time I stream, if you want to see this stream when it does happen. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.